I literally just wrapped up the Ready, Set, Go preview show a few moments ago. And I kept the show pretty short. And a lot of people were probably like, well, why was the show so short, Reggie? And it was short because I have a massive box of comics sitting off to my side that I haven't had a chance to go through. I was out today hunting, scored some comics, had to rush to an appointment, then I had to rush home to do some things with my kids and my family, and then do the Ready, Set, Go preview show. And I haven't even seen the books that are in the box off to my right. And so I rushed through the show so that I could actually do this video right here where I have a chance to go through the box. If you want to see what I picked up, stay tuned for the video. All right, so let's go ahead and dig into this comic book box sitting off to my right. And what you'll probably notice is that I'm not necessarily providing you guys all the background that I normally do whenever I do a video of this sort. There is always a reason for the mystery and the intrigue that I build into something. So we're not gonna dig into the details. We are, however, gonna look at some pretty awesome books, at least I think. And I have some idea of what's in here. Because the subscriber that hooked me up with this box showed me some of the books. I picked a couple, but a lot of them I have not seen before. So this is actually going to be a surprise for me, to be honest with you. The first book is one that I actually picked myself and dropped in the box. It is A-Force #1. That is the first book out of the box. Pretty cool book. Next up is one that I don't know a whole lot about, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers and other folks post this up on Instagram. It is Little Birds, and I think it's Little Birds #1. It says chapter 1, which I'm guessing is #1. And then on the back side is Infinity by Jonathan Hickman. Pretty cool book right there. So they're double bags because this Little Birds actually was not bagged and boarded, and so I promptly dropped it in the back side of this one. It has something going on like bindery tears on the corner, but otherwise I think this book is actually in pretty solid shape for one that was not bagged and boarded. So I snagged these next couple. Again, I kind of know what some of these are because I actually placed them in the box myself. It is The Ultimates #4, and I kind of dig this series because it actually has Adam Bashir, the Blue Marvel, in it. Here is #2, and this one is not bagged and boarded and is actually torn all the way through the book. So what can you do about that? Here is #5, cool cover right there. This is part of the reason why I snagged it. This is a really cool Galactus cover. I think that is cool right there. So that is The Ultimates by Al Ewing #6. And then here is #1. This is Ultimates 2, of course, the #1 right there. And again, I think I like the Blue Marvel, so I kind of get a kick out of that. This is one of those books that whenever I see it, I try to buy it, but oftentimes it's in really, really bad shape. This one was not bagged and boarded, and it's surprisingly in better shape than many of the ones that I find in the wild that are actually bagged and boarded. This is Shadowhawk 2, and you probably won't even be able to see it, but it's a really cool embossed and foil cover from the guys over at Image. So I definitely dig that one. That's a cool book. Pick this one up just because I have a couple of copies of it. My copies are a little rough, and I actually picked these up when it was rumored that Rob Liefeld had a 6-figure, 7-figure deal with Netflix. I believe that it was. That deal ultimately fell through, but I actually at the time picked up a bunch of Rob Liefeld's books. This is Blood Strike. This is not a cool book. Issue #1, Blood Brothers Prelude, Blood Strike. So there you go. And again, it's actually in better shape than my own comic. So the next couple I think are going to be some of the John Byrne books. And this is Power Pack, X-Men #195. Here is 196. 197. Probably need to put these in order because they seem to be in order. So let's not create chaos unnecessarily. Here is 198. Oh, love this book. 199. I don't know. This is one of those books, whenever I see it, I buy it. And I probably have 5 or 6 copies of this one. A little Rachel Summers action there. Here's another really cool book that, again, whenever I see it, I tend to pick it up. Issue number 200, when Magneto goes on trial. Here is 202. Little Wolverine action down there attacking the Sentinels. Can't go wrong with that. Here is 203. Rachel meets up with the Beyonder. Here is 204. Lights, Camera, and Murder. Cool book. Here is 172. This one's cool. I dig this cover. Whenever I see it, it reminds me of a lot of those early Wolverine books. Here is 169. This is cool. This is, I think when Angel loses his wings. That is a cool book right there. And I have 170 on the backside. Here is 168. Cool book featuring Kitty Pryde there. Now we're getting into some Spider-Man action here. Cool. This is helping me along the way of being able to complete my run of Amazing Spider-Man. So a lot of these books I don't have at all. Here is Amazing Spider-Man 664. Definitely filling a void in the collection there. So I'm going to move these X-Men off to the side because we seem to be in a Spider-Man vein here. Here is 663. Again, working on a full run of Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 801. That's a cool cover. I actually dig this one. Here is Amazing Spider-Man 604. That's a cool one. Here is Amazing Spider-Man 670, Spider Island. Very cool. Here is 667, some more Spider Island. What is this? 669. Very cool. This is helping me tremendously. Here is 668. Couple of cool books coming up. This is cool. Future Foundation action. That's cool. Here is 659. I almost bought these two books just the other day. Here is 660. Dan Slott is the writer on these. That's a cool Sandman cover. I've never seen this book before. Here is 616. I've never seen that book before. Here is 579. A little shocker action there. Here is 686. This is a cool one. 688. A lot of Spider-Man books here because I am missing a lot from my run. So I'm very appreciative of this. Here is 678. Cannot wait to drop these into the box, into the bins that I have set aside. Here is 679. Again, goes a long way towards helping me to complete my run. A lot of these books are actually in decent shape. There's a couple that are a little banged up. Here is 683, but that is par for the course. Oh, this is cool. I've never seen this one before. I've never seen this. 639. Never seen that one. That one's cool. Oh, here we go. That's Unbagged and Boarded. Unbagged and Boarded X-Men 239. I have to drop that one in a bag and board. Set that one off to the side. Here is 187. Looks like, I think that's the Brood. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Storm is turned into many a thing over time. 188. Uncanny X-Men. 189. 193. That's a cool book right there. That's cool. This is a cool one too. Here's 194. I think I have 2 copies of that one right now. 167. A lot of nice books in here. 173. Classic cover right there. Yeah, buddy. Here is just regular X-Men number 8. Takes me right back to my childhood right there. That one does. Set that one right there. Unbagged and Boarded 181. Uncanny X-Men. Set that one to the side. Oh man, there's some cool stuff in here. There's some cool stuff. Makes it a little easier on me. Here is 207. Uncanny X-Men. 208. Classic cover right here. 209. Again, in lieu of what's happening with Powers of X and House of 10. Very cool right there. 214 right there. 215. 223. Little forge action right here with 220. Here is 219. I think that's long shot. Yep, long shot. Let's see what else we have in here. Dig these out. Oh, that's a cool cover. Man, here is 217. Again, all Uncanny X-Men. Here is 216. 231. The Brood is back in 232. Little Inferno action going on here. Mark Silvestri artwork in Uncanny X-Men 240. Here is 229. This is a classic cover for me. Cyclopses are not cool book. Here we go. Here is 228. The Fall of the Mutants is coming in 224. Here is Classic X-Men. Wow, I haven't seen one of these in a long time. Classic X-Men number 45. I haven't seen it. That was unexpected. Here is Uncanny X-Men 258 right there. Oh, Marauders action 210. 206. Digging deep in the box here. We're going to just take all the rest of these out of the box. Make it a lot easier. Here is 176. Classic cover right there. Absolutely love that cover. Here is X-Men number 9. Set that right there with the other. X-Men number 2. Straight from the 90s. Here is 6. 186 of Uncanny X-Men. A little forge action going right there. Long shot on X-Men number 10. Set that one there. Cool cover right here. This is Omega Red and Wolverine number 7 X-Men from the 90s. Here is X-Men 215. Fall of the Mutants 223. I'm sorry, 225. Sorry about that. Here is 226, 227, 230. I don't have, for whatever reason, very many books with Mark Silvestri on X-Men, and certainly don't have a whole lot of books with Longshot. So definitely looking forward to reading these because for some reason, Longshot is just not one of those characters that I know a whole lot about. Here's some Rogue action, 182. I want to say this is when she joined the X-Men, but I could be wrong about that. Could be wrong. Here is 180. Here is 179. Classic cover right there. 177. 178. We're getting to the end here. 183. 185. And then the very last book is 176. So there you go. That is essentially my haul of unexpected comics. That was a mixture of classic X-Men from the 90s, some Uncanny X-Men books, some, what do we have? Some Amazing Spider-Man books in here, and then some other odds and ends with like the little birds and some Image stuff. But I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed this haul that I just put together. And again, just a huge shout out to all of the subscribers out there that I have an opportunity to interact with, sometimes in person and then sometimes just virtually. I want to thank you guys for being part of what it is that I'm trying to do here at Regie Collects. I hope that you guys are enjoying it because I absolutely am. If you guys need me, feel free to reach out to me at Regie Collects on Instagram and RegieCollects@gmail.com. Take care.